It is the 20th anniversary of that Ellis Park Stadium disaster. It was a match between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, and it was a hotly anticipated and contested encounter, but that was until pandemonium struck as a number of fans tried to barge their way onto into the stadium after Benedict Vilagazi equalized for Orlando Pirates in that game. And I'm joined by someone who was there for the match. He is currently the assistant coach of Kaizer Chiefs. Arthur Zwane joins us via Zoom link. He'll be talking to myself and Mpo. Arthur, thank you so much for making time for us this morning. I mean, we are remembering this 20 years on. It is still a fresh memory in the lives of many, many people, including some of the players. Talk us through your recollection of the events.
Good morning to you and the viewers at home. Yeah, look, the only thing that I remember was, me on the field. Obviously, I think it was my first official debut. And it was also a terrible experience for me as a player, expected to perform. So, yeah, a lot of supporters anticipated a very good game against, the two big teams in the country. But, yeah, it ended very sadly. Actually, the game did not even, played for 90 minutes. What I remember was, as we just, I think we scored first. Tony Lodigo is the one who scored, and then Benedict Vilagazi equalized. Immediately after that, you could see behind the goalpost, a lot of people, there was a lot of movement, in fact. Even before we noticed that there were people who were lying down there. So, but we carried on playing because we thought it's not a major thing that is happening behind the goalpost. The only time we realized that it's something bad happened or it's been happening, behind the scenes was when I saw then PSL CEO Dr. Robinson, running towards the field. I think he wanted to notify the match official that there is something happening behind the goalpost. And immediately the referee, stopped the game. When he stopped the game, we could see now a lot of people, a lot of bodies lying down. So we thought maybe those were people, obviously people wanted to come in numbers at the stadium. And those were the people, maybe some of them just collapsed, But only to find out a little bit later when Mr. Pat Komafani, who was PRO that time for Kaizer Chiefs, when he was talking, then we could see that something very, very serious has happened, and a lot of people, they've lost their lives. And yeah, it was a bad memory. More especially for me, it was bad at the time because I wanted to perform for the team. Like I said earlier on, it was my first official game playing against Orlando Pirates in a league game. So I wanted to perform, I wanted to showcase my talent, but at the end I ended up, not enjoying the game itself, and also feeling like, I've contributed to the people who lost their lives because they came there to watch us. So yeah, it was a terrible experience. Until up to now, it is still haunting us. Those who played, in that game on the night. So yeah, it's one of those things, and hopefully, the parents and the supporters will forgive us, because yes, we really wanted to showcase our talent, but we never knew that something like that was going to occur on the night. But it did happen, and it happened for a reason. But yeah, condolences to the families, and with the hope that they're still supporting us, though they lost their loved ones and the extended family members as well.
Arthur, you paint a terrible picture which speaks to the aftermath, which was a horrific sight as we all look back and recall it. But you were there, and as you were there, you know how it all started. The mood was joyous, everyone was happy, and then it quickly changed. Talk to us about the pace at which it happened and what you remember looking at the young and old and the number of people who were there happy, and now this matter ending in a very tragic way.
Yeah, look, I remember us, going through the tunnel, as players just before the game started. Then we met Zola, who had just performed, before the game, and he was singing. That song was, was a good song, was a nice song that everybody wanted to, listen to. And the sad part, the lyrics or the words in that song, ended the same, like, as to when you think, if you remember the song was like something like that. And it seems like that song was sending the message to other people that you'll be dancing for the last time, And when you think about those things, you shiver. You don't even know what to say or think about, or because we never anticipated, something like that to happen, And as we wanted people to come and watch football and support the two big teams, performing, and also for the players to showcase their talent. But at the end of the day, we were all like hearing the sad news as well. It was very, very disturbing and touchy at the same time.
Zwane, we're going to have to leave it there for this morning. Thank you so much for your time, and still very tragic. I mean, Paul, what it really touched me when he says he feels like he contributed to the lives lost just by being on the field. I can only imagine what it must be like having been one of the players, knowing the spectators paid money to come and watch you, and that essentially was their lost money they paid. The
other element of this is that Arthur Zwane speaks about how it still haunts him up until this day. It brings a chill down your spine, Buhle, as you think about the families that have lost loved ones and have not had any justice up until now. Really a day to commemorate and look back to and see, and not forget those who are still in pain and those who are still in need of healing.
And also just to introspect a little bit and just to make sure that our stadiums are kept safe and managed well. Look, it has been a bit better of late, but still a lot of work to be done in that space.